Hello everyone, I have some Etsy Overseas International coloring books to show you. This is a lot of 4 books that came from the same seller, which I'll talk about later in the video. And keep an eye out because tomorrow, Sunday, I am finally going to be showing my what I colored video. I've been so behind. I haven't shown what I colored in November, December, or January. So I have 3 months of stuff to show you guys. And surprisingly, it's not nearly as much as it should be because I was busy all of November. I was having surgery. I was busy all of December. I probably have about 15 pictures, but it's not, I used to be able to do that in 1 month. So anyway, I'll have some autumn, Christmas, and winter pictures to show you tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. So let's look at these first. And these are going to be hard to get in the camera, but they're Sakuems illustrations. And this comes directly from the artist. And you can buy a batch, I think, of all 4. I think you might be able to buy them individually, but it's if you're going to pay that much for shipping, you might as well go and get the whole bunch. First thing I want to warn you about this is that well, I'm going to show you and then I'll tell you about the seller. So it almost wasn't worth it, but I will tell you that shortly. So this is the Natural Enchantment Coloring Book 2018, and these are A4, so they're large size. I don't know how easy I'm going to be able to get these in the camera, but let's try. So these are beautiful line art. They are really nice original drawings. Amazing paper, very thick. It's not perforated. I mean, you can tear them out, but then you want to cut when you do to get the little bumpies off. So we have pictures that go vertical and horizontal. There's a lot of fantasy, a lot of portraits. They are really nice pictures, very unique, and I love this one. It's amazing. Might want to do that one actually this month. This paper is really thick and it's fairly glossy. I don't mean gloss like a photo shine, but I mean like silk feeling. Hardly really any tooth on there. So I'm going to be using mostly my markers, alcohol markers, Copic markers. You can try water-based mediums. I haven't colored in any of the books yet, so I can't really say for sure. This one is beautiful. But I can tell you, if you're going to do pencil, I wouldn't do much more than Prismacolors, because if it's a pencil that's not a high quality and there's no tooth on the paper, it's going to be hard for you to blend or mix your colors. I think Prismacolors will be fine. You can try also, any of the Derwents would be fine. The Caran d'Aches would probably be fine. Just find one picture you don't like at all that you wouldn't color and test your different pencils on it so you know which ones you can use and which ones you won't before you attempt to do a picture. Because let's face it, we don't always color every picture in every book. All right, so that is this one. Sakuems Illustration Natural Enchantment. Next we have Fantasy Characters Coloring Book 2017. First thing I want to tell you is getting these was a nightmare. When you go to check out, there's 2 shipping options. One is a fortune and one is reasonable. I love this. I think they came from, what country was it? I don't remember. Maybe it was Poland. I don't remember. But anyway, so there's a, you know, when you're on the product page, there's a drop-down menu that talks about shipping and this and that, you know. There's some details there, but then when you have the items in your cart and you go to choose your shipping method, there's also a little bit of info, but the 2 infos at the time I bought didn't match one another. They contradicted one another. So of course I went the least expensive shipping route. Well, a month goes by, don't have them, no evidence, of, no tracking, there's no tracking provided. Apparently this option, apparently the least expensive option didn't include tracking. And after it's been a month, I contacted the gal and said, hey, where's my stuff? Do you have tracking? And she was saying, no, it doesn't have tracking. You should have known that. That's what you chose. And I said, well, do you at least have a receipt or something? You know, and on her page, somewhere on the drop down, it had said something like, if you don't have your package within 21 days, contact me for a replacement. It had been like 30 days. So, and then she was extremely defensive. I mean, I hate to say this, but she's extremely defensive. She asked me to wait several more weeks. And I said, well, your site says to give it 21 days, and it's been an extra week already beyond that. And she said, well, I've refunded people and then seen their packages come later and I never get my money back. And I said, well, why don't you change it on your page to where it doesn't say something like, contact me in 21 days or 3 weeks. If you don't have it, I'll send you a replacement. You should have said, wait 6 weeks. You know, like, you need to change that. And then that's where I went back and looked at all the info, and her info didn't match. One page versus another page. Oh, this is gorgeous. And one area just says could take longer to the U.S. And, you know, and I'm thinking, okay, so I gave it a couple more weeks, still didn't get them. Probably, let's see, it was 6.5 weeks. I was ready to open a case with Etsy at that point, to get a refund, and as I was about to do that, I think the next day they finally arrived. It was almost 7 weeks later. So I would recommend paying for the higher shipping. Just letting you know. And she sent me these long messages, super defensive and accusatory and just very unprofessional. But I mean, I'm not knocking the artist or the work. I just think it could have been handled way better. All right. Love this kawaii. This one is Sweet Kawaii 2022. Absolutely amazing. I do think it was worth the wait. I'll say that. But just lower your expectations and understand, if you go with the cheaper shipping route, you will have no tracking. So you will just be relying on faith. It will show. And I don't even remember the name of the shop. I will link it below where you can go find this 4-pack. Now, after the... Oh, this is gorgeous. After this disaster scenario I had with the seller, she might have altered it. I mean, I got these 2 months ago. Maybe she changed it because she had said, I've had people I've had to refund, blah, 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 which means it's a consistent issue. She's probably getting consistent problems, which means it's time to fix the problem. Offer better shipping, yada, yada. So maybe she fixed it. I don't know. But it is amazing. And I will still buy more from her. I mean, I just will have to be prepared. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, 7 weeks is a long time to wait for a coloring book. So, they are lovely. The last one, did I do 3? This one is Dark Fantasy, the last one. And I am all for supporting artists who sell their own work because it's hard to make a living in an artist world. But as a business person, business and ability to communicate well with customers and, you know, customer service is 50% of your business, not just the ability to produce the art. Otherwise, you should pay someone to handle your business. But I'm excited to do a few pictures in here. I might just add this to my due in February pile. I'm so behind. So behind. How much did I pay for this whole batch? It might have been like $80 with everything. I don't remember if that included the shipping or not, but I remember that sounds about right. Love this one. Some good ones in here you can do around Halloween. All right, so there you go. These are the 4. I will link below to Etsy where you can find these. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. See you in the next video.